Bangladesh, a country of 180 million people, went on a national lockdown on 26th March 2020. The educational institutions were also shut down on 17th of March. It's been 1 year since the educational institutions are closed, and from then, all the educational activities are being held on online classes or so-called Zoom meetings. And due to so, students are going through a very rough physical and mental condition, about which no one is concerned. These will be having a tremendous effect over the country, as today's students are the future of a nation. Some of the effects are as follows. 1. A study says that online classes are both useful and unnecessary. The time span of online classes are 3 to 4 hours, even more at a stretch in a day. Recent researches show that the adverse effect of online classes in sitting posture, headache, hazardous effect in their mental development. Such type of problems affect a student in no time. Due to the sudden lockdown in the whole country, the middle-income families went on that stage of financial crisis that they were not even able to afford their daily food, which is creating mental pressure among the students of that family. And due to so, students are having suicidal thoughts. A survey taken from 195 students, among them 16 students, which is 8% of them had suicidal thoughts. A student from Daffodil University committed suicide last June, being in such kind of condition. The fresh graduates were supposed to enter the job market, but due to the lockdown, they have to sit back home. And as the education institutions are closed, practical classes are also not being taken, which is not letting the students have their experience, which will help them in joining the job market.
A report from UNESCO says that about 1.5 billion students from 190 countries are not being able to attend classes due to this pandemic, Bangladeshi students being one of them. Though the Bangladesh government took the initiative to take classes for all grades through Shamsud television, it couldn't make much of a difference, as a video clearly cannot outstand the effectiveness of physical classes. A survey says that 11% of the students don't even have a television in their house. This type of situation is making the students face a very indefinite future.
Students who intended to study abroad had to cancel their plans as the international route has been closed since the outbreak. Speaking of international students, they used to pay their session fees by working in super shops, cafes and restaurants. Due to the pandemic, they are unable to do so. Study says that 59% expressed financial difficulties. 6. The effects of COVID-19 on class workload among the students was non-conclusive. Study says that 54% students indicated that their academic workload has increased due to COVID-19. They also expressed experiencing difficulties and providing increased efforts to complete their classworks and catch up with online classes.
Due to the outbreak, the government was forced to provide auto passes to the HSC candidates of 2020, as conducting physical exams would have the potential increase to spread the virus. A vast majority of students, about 89%, are facing difficulty concentrating on their academic work due to various sources of distractions. 46% of them mentioned that their home is not the place for constant academic practice. It's a more suitable place to relax than it is to study. The main question was, how are the students to ace life-altering exams such as O-levels and A-levels, SSC and HSC with so many handicaps? This put a level of stress on students that they couldn't stand. Keeping that and their health in mind, edXL, one of the two international curriculums that conducted O-levels and A-levels for English medium students, cancelled their May-June session exams earlier this year. But Cambridge, on the other hand, was adamant about keeping the exams going as per schedule. This created massive stress in students, and they felt like their demands were not being purposely met. They were being ignored. Thus started an online protest. Various students from all over the world created pages and events online to get their message across. After a protest that felt like years, the persistence of the Bangladeshi students paid off, and on the 16th of March, the head of education of Bangladesh issued a letter to Cambridge requesting the exams not to be held. In the end, the exams got cancelled, and these organizations opted for a different method of grading. The pandemic and the stress resulted in students having to take matters into their own hands. Keeping everything in mind, life never stops and students must move on, whether it may be by sitting for exams or by finishing assignments. As of now, the fate of the upcoming SSC and HSC exams are yet to be announced. But till then, some of these methods might help students to overcome this and keep their head up, such as getting enough sleep, staying connected to friends and family online, consulting with teachers and therapists. As of now, all we can do is stay patient and wait this out. Thank you.